Okay, here's the second and final example on rationalising the denominator, where we need to use the conjugate of the denominator. So the first thing is, we've looked at the denominator and we spotted it is something plus or minus something else, which means we have to take more care. We need to multiply by pretty much exactly what we see in the denominator, with one exception: we need to change the sign. So this is going to remain 2 root 3. It's going to be plus now instead of a minus, plus root 5. And that's exactly the same on the top. So you can see here I've multiplied by 2 root 3 plus root 5. The only difference is the sign. Excellent. Alright, so now I can see this is going to be busy, a bit complicated. I've got to take it slow, nice small steps to make sure I don't make any mistakes. I'm looking at a bracket multiplied by a bracket on the top, and a bracket multiplied by a bracket on the bottom. Remember, the whole point in doing this is to get rid of surds on the denominator. That's the only way I can simplify it. Okay, so I'll put them in brackets to remind myself. I have to multiply each term within the brackets by each term in the other bracket. We'll deal with the top first, nice and slowly. 2 root 3 multiplied by 2 root 3. Well, 2 times 2 is going to give me 4. And I know root 3 times root 3 is 3. So 4 times 3 is going to give me 12. I'll just write that step here so you can see what I did. 2 root 3 times 2 root 3 is 2 times 2 times root 3 times root 3, which is 4 times 3, which is 12. And that's where that 12 came from. Now let's look at outside. 2 root 3 times root 5. Well, that is going to be 2 multiplied by root 15. How did I do that? Well, again, let's look over here. So I've done 2 root 3 multiplied by root 5, which is 2 times root 3 by 5. Using the rule that I can put them under the same square root, so that's 2 root 15. Just like that. It's positive, so positive 2 root 15. That's outside. Now let's look at inside. I've got root 5 times 2 root 3, which is exactly what I just did. Root 5 times 2 root 3 is going to give me the same answer, 2 root 15. Positive 2 root 15. Yeah, that's right. Okay, and now I've got last. Root 5 times root 5. Well, we know that rule, that's going to be 5. So I end up with a positive 5. That expansion there. I'll tidy it up in a moment, but that's what I've got. Now let's look at the denominator. Now, hopefully, I shouldn't have any surds here once I expand it. So I've got 2 root 3 times 2 root 3, which thankfully I've already done here as an example of it. 2 root 3 times 2 root 3 gives me 12. That was first. Outside, 2 root 3 times root 5, which again, I can see here, I've already done it. That gives me positive 2 root 15. Inside, minus root 5 times 2 root 3, and this is the important part because that minus sign there, it's going to give me negative 2 root 15. And then last, minus root 5 times positive root 5, well, that's going to give me negative 5. Last step now is just to tidy it up. 12 plus 5 is going to give me 17. 2 root 15 plus 2 root 15 is going to be positive 4 root 15. All over, right, positive 2 root 15, take 2 root 15, there you go, excellent. That is 12 take away 5. 12 take away 5 over 7. And that is my solution. So take real care when you are expanding these brackets, because that's where the mistakes can be made. So take real care. If you need to write up the steps separately like I did there, feel free to do it. Remember, you shouldn't have any surds on the denominator. That's the whole purpose of rationalising the denominator.